Okay. So today we'll be commencing with the multiple choice question for the topic of digestion and absorption. So the various questions are there. So let us solve one by one. So which enzyme is required for conversion of complex component to a simple component? So which enzymes are required for conversion of complex component to simple component? So which enzyme is required for it? Yes, some of you have given it as A. A few of you has given it as B. Geetika, why is it B?
Sir, when I was going through some article, I read it as migratory myelin. It is required for the conversion of complex component to simple compounds.
Very good, Geetika. It is migratory is the enzyme. Even I was thinking of hydrolytic, but they break down. So here it is conversion of complex component to simple component. So the migratory enzyme is going to play a role in that. So we had not come across that. So this is a new concept for us. This sort of few questions of this, which is out of the NCERT syllabus, might be asked. So you should be prepared for this. So migratory enzyme. Okay. Which components are assimilated in their original forms? So is it carbohydrate and lipid, minerals and vitamins, proteins and fat, all of the above? Which components are assimilated, that is, they are taken up in their original form? So carbohydrate and lipid, minerals and vitamins, proteins and fat, all of the above. So what is the answer for this? See the which components are assimilated in their original form? The answer is carbohydrate and lipids. They are assimilated in their original form. So the answer is carbohydrate and lipid. So they are assimilated in their original form. So which is the third question? Which is the descending sequence of human digestive tract? So descending sequence of human digestive tract. So mouth, esophagus, small intestine, stomach, large intestine, or is it mouth, pharynx, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, or is it pharynx, stomach, duodenum, esophagus, anal canal, esophagus, large intestine? So these are all wrong. So the right answer is A. Mouth, pharynx, stomach, duodenum, small intestine. So the answer is A. Mouth, esophagus, into the proper sequence of it. So mouth, pharynx, stomach, duodenum, small intestine. So then there is pharynx. So the first one is wrong because stomach has come in between the small intestine and large intestine. That is not the correct sequence. So the pharynx, stomach, duodenum, esophagus, again it is wrong. So esophagus, large intestine. So again here it is wrong. So the most probable answer. So which might be the probable answer for this? So the B is the most probable. Why I was hesitant to mark this is duodenum is a part of small intestine. So they have given here as a separate component. So that is why I was hesitating whether this was the right answer. But mouth, pharynx, stomach, and then it leads to duodenum. So duodenum leads to jejunum and helium. So you can remember it as DJI. All these are components of small intestine. Duodenum is also a component of small intestine. So small intestine is 7.5 meter in length, isn't it? Or is a, so that also we had discussed about. So remember B is the answer. What is the number of teeth in 5-year-old child? See, this milk set of teeth is from 5 to 6 months to so it is from 6 to 7 years of age they have this, isn't it? So the milk set of teeth in 5-year-old child. So what is the number of teeth in 5-year-old child? So it would be 20. Fourth is D. Fifth one, what is the number of teeth in the lower jaw of 5-year-old child? So lower jaw, it would be 10. Upper jaw would be 10. So you should read the question properly. So A is 10. What is the dental formula of teeth in 5-year-old child? So one of you should answer for this. What is the
Yeah.
dental formula of teeth? A is wrong. Shreya, why is it B? Arshita, Shreya, why is it B? Give me the reason. See, 5-year-old child, they'll have milk set. So milk set ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2103 ಇನ್ಸಿಸರ್ಸ್ 2 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆನೈನ್ 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರಿಮೋಲಾರ್ಸ್ 0, molars are 3 in number. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲೂ 2103 ಇದು ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ. 2102 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, 2102. ಸೊ ಮೊಲಾರ್ಸ್ 2 ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇದು ತಪ್ಪು. ಬಿನೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರು, ಬಟ್ ಟೈಪೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಎರರ್. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ 2102. ಸೊ ಸಚ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಸಿಇಟಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ 2102 it should be. It is 5 towards left side, 5 towards right side. So that is what it is. So 0 premolars, 2 molars. In the permanent set, they'll have 2 premolars and 3 molars. Okay. So remember about that. So the seventh question. So 2103, there is a typographical error. It should be 2102. So how many total teeth are present in a human jaw? So how many total teeth are present in a human jaw? So is it 16, 20, 32, 34? Which is the answer for it? So human teeth, and they are talking about adult, it is 32. So 32 is the total number of teeth in human jaw. 2123, you should remember about that permanent set dental formula. 2123 divided by 2123, that is the permanent set dental formula. You should multiply it by into 2 into 2. So that will be 16 plus 16, totally 32. So how many total teeth are present in the lower jaw of human? It will be 16. So human andaga, we are talking about adult, it is 16 teeth. Which teeth are not present in the jaws of a little child? Canine, premolar, molar, incisor. Completely not present is premolar, 2102. 0 is premolar is not there. So they are not present in the jaws of little child. By which name the joint of teeth in jaws is known as? So is it known as heterodont, thecodont, diophyodont? So the joint of teeth in jaws. So I think it is thecodont. So 10th one, B is the answer, thecodont. Okay. So where does our mouth open? Body cavity, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus. So our mouth opens into the buccal cavity or oral cavity. So 11th one, B is the answer. So 12th one. So presence of different type of teeth is known as. So what do you call the different type of teeth as? Yes, heterodont. Good. So almost everyone has answered for this. Good. So it is heterodont. By what the crown of teeth is made of? The crown of teeth, what is it made up of? Is it dentine, enamel, cement, areolar? So the crown of teeth is made up of the hardest substance, that is enamel. So 13th one, so B is the answer. Enamel is the most hardest substance. So the teeth, crown of teeth is made of enamel. Okay. Which layer is not present in the teeth? Pulp, dentin, mucus, crown. So which layer is not present in the teeth? Anyone? See, mucus is not present in the teeth. So that is the answer. So which part of teeth possesses nerve and blood vessel? Pulp, dentin, crown, all of the above. So it would be the pulp part of it as far as I remember. So 15th one, the answer is pulp. The answer is pulp. So 15th one, the answer is pulp. So which type of teeth human possess? So which type of teeth human possess? So thecodont, heterodont, thecodont bilateral, heterodont diphyodont, uh, thecodont temporary. So which type of teeth human possess? So here, if they had given all three, it would have been easy. So, but these two are not possible. B and D is ruled out. So it should be A or C. So which type of teeth human possess? So we generally say it as all the three. We would have told it: heterodont, thecodont, and diphyodont. But here they have asked about type of teeth human possess. So the 16th one, the answer is C. So heterodont, diphyodont. Type of teeth ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ heterodont, diphyodont. So thecodont, it is cavity. So type of teeth they have asked. So heterodont and diphyodont. So where does our buccal cavity open? Esophagus, salivary gland, pharynx, stomach. So where does our buccal cavity open? So the 17th one, C is the answer, that is pharynx is where it opens up. Buccal cavity opens in the into the pharynx. By which structure tongue is attached with lower region of buccal cavity in human? So it is by frenulum, the tongue is attached with lower region of buccal cavity in human. So 18th B is the answer. So frenulum is the answer. So mention the correct pair for taste bud present in the tongue. So mention the correct pair for taste bud present in the tongue. So fungiform, filiform, valate simplices. So filiform complex, A and B both. So mention the correct pair. So this is out of syllabus. We have not studied about that in the NCERT, isn't it? So the both A and B both. So the correct pair for taste buds, it is not test bud, taste buds present in the tongue are fungiform, filiform, valate, and simplices. So there are four types of it. All of them are here: fungiform, filiform, valate, and simplices. So this you should remember. This is a question which might be asked outside of the syllabus. So just remember about it. Which of the following acts as a salivary gland? So I asked you to remember it as RSS, isn't it? PSS. So rather you remember PSS, parotid gland, a pair of parotid gland, a pair of sublingual gland, a pair of submandibular gland. So they should have all these three: submandibular gland, sublingual gland, parotid gland. So this seems to be the most appropriate answer, even though they are not in the correct sequence. So a pair of parotid glands, a pair of sublingual glands, a pair of submandibular glands, whereas the others are all in the wrong labeling. So 20th, A is the correct answer. 21st, which is the largest salivary gland of human being? Okay, so is it sublingual, submandibular, parotid gland? So I felt it was submandibular gland. So let us check into the answer. So 21st, the answer is C. So the parotid gland is the largest. So it is not submandibular, it is parotid gland is the largest salivary gland of human being. Okay, so this sort, they're all not from the NCERT book, so they are extra information. So you should be aware about it. So exposure to such questions, it helps you to be aware about the other outside information also. So the largest salivary gland of human is parotid gland. So where is the submandibular gland located? Under the teeth, under the bones of jaw, under the tongue, anterior region of tongue. So I probably feel it is under the bones of jaw, submandibular it is. So 22nd, let us check out the answer. It is submandibular, under the bones of jaw is the right answer. Okay. Where is the sublingual? Sublingua means below the tongue, located. Lower region of tongue, under the tongue, so under the membrane of the tongue, anterior region of the tongue. So the 23rd answer is C, under the tongue, sublingual, below the tongue. That is what it means. Under the tongue is the answer. What is the approximate length of pharynx in human? So this we had not discussed even in the NCRT part of it. So the 24th, the D is the answer. So 24th, D. So the 15.5 centimeter is the approximate length of pharynx in human. So 15.5 centimeters. So 24th is D. 15.5 centimeter is the length of pharynx in human. What is the length of esophagus in human beings? So the 25th is C, 23 to 25 centimeter. The length of, so the 25th answer, the length of esophagus is 23 to 25 centimeter. Which structure is present at the joining of small intestine and large intestine? So which structure is present? Is it sphincter muscle value, heliocolic value, pyloric value, valve? It is not value, so it should be valve, sphincter muscle valve, heliocolic valve, uh, pyloric valve, muscular inhibiting valve. So which is the structure present at the joining of small intestine and large intestine? So the 26th B is the answer, that is ileocolic valve. It is not value, so typographical error, it is valve, VALVE. Duodenum is a part of, this is easy question, small intestine. Okay, which ducts open in duodenum? So bile duct, pancreatic duct, lingual duct. So both A and B both open into the duodenum. By which name the longest convoluted part of small intestine is known as? Is it known as midgut, helium, foregut, or hindgut? Which name the longest convoluted, that is the most folds that it has, longest convoluted part of small intestine known as? So it is known as helium. So B is the answer. What are the approximate length of large intestine and small intestine respectively in human beings? So large intestine is nearly uh, so respectively in human beings. So so here this is not the content that they have given in the uh, part of it. So it is 1.5 meter for the large intestine. Small intestine is 7 meter. So there is a mistake here. They have just given it as 2 to 4 meter. So 1.5 meter and 7 meter should be the right answer. So here it is wrong. So as per our NCRT information, it is 1.5 meter and 7 meter. So A is the answer. Partially the answer is right. The other thing should be 7 meter. It should be. From where the large intestine starts? Where does the large intestine start from? Foregut, intestinal cecum, appendix, helium. So where does it start? The large intestine, it starts from 31st. So it starts from helium after the ending up of helium, duodenum, jejunum, helium. So the large intestine starts from helium. Okay. 32nd, which of the following is the smallest digestive duct? Digestive duct they are calling esophagus, large intestine, pharynx, small intestine. So which of the following is the smallest digestive duct? So the 32nd, the answer is C, pharynx. So pharynx is the smallest digestive duct. The layers of wall of digestive duct from inner to outer are, so from inner to outer are MSMS I told you about. So the inner layer is mucosa, submucosa, muscularis layer and serosa. C is the answer. So the MSMS, I had asked you to remember about it. So 33rd, C is the answer. 34th, which layer surrounds the cavity of digestive tract? Is it serosa, muscularis layer, submucosa, or is it mucosa layer? So which layer surrounds the cavity of digestive tract? So the 34th answer is D, mucosa. By what the muscular layer is surrounded? So is it serosa and mucosa? Muscular layer is surrounded by what? So yes, yeah, MSMS I told you as. So the muscular layer is surrounded by, so serosa and submucosa. Okay. MSMS I told you as, so towards the outer side they have serosa and inner side they are surrounded by submucosa. So outer side it is surrounded by serosa. The inner side of mucosa is surrounded by submucosa. So that is what is the answer. Serosa and submucosa. The muscular layer is surrounded by serosa on the outer and inner side it is submucosa. What are goblet cells? So they are mucus secreting cells. So 36, the answer is A, mucus secreting cells. So 37, by which tissue membrane liver is covered? So liver is covered by this connective tissue membrane. Okay. So they are covered by the connective tissue. So 37th it is C. 38, in which organ bile juice is produced? Liver produces bile juice. In which organ bile juice functions? It functions in the duodenum. So 39th, the answer is duodenum. 40th, where the digestion of food is started. Esophagus, pharynx, stomach, buccal cavity. So where is the digestion of food? Partial digestion takes place in buccal cavity, but majorly it begins from stomach. So where the digestion of food starts, so the 40th, the answer is D. So it starts from the buccal cavity by the activity of salivary amylase. So even though there is partial digestion only of carbohydrate, so the digestion of food is started from buccal cavity or the oral cavity. Which enzymes are in the composition of gastric juice? So talin, renin, lipase, pepsin, talin, renin. Okay, talin is not present at all. The salivary amylase is called as talin. So both this A and B are ruled out. Okay, lipase, pepsin, and renin. So this is the correct choice: lipase, pepsin, and renin. So 41st, C is the answer. So 42nd, which digests or which enzyme digests starch? Talin or salivary amylase? So amylopsin or the pancreatic amylase. What is the function of lysome? So lysozyme is an antibacterial agent. So the function of lysozyme is an antibacterial agent. Which is the important enzymes of gastric juice? Renin, lipase, pepsin, talin. Talin is not there. So there are renin, lipase, and pepsin. So which is the most important enzyme of gastric juice? So the 44th, the answer is C. Pepsin is the most important part of gastric juice, enzyme of gastric juice, because renin is only active during when the infants are uh, having a diet of milk, so they are more active. So pepsin is the important enzyme of gastric juice of these three. Talin is salivary amylase, another name is talin. So by what trypsinogen is converted into trypsin? Is it oxantic cells, bicarbonate salts, or chyme? So 45th, the answer is enterokinase converts the trypsinogen into trypsin. So what is digested by trypsin? Protein, lipid, carbohydrate, all of that. So protein is digested by trypsin. So 46th, the answer is A. 47th, protein, polypeptide amino acids. So protein, so they are broken down into proteoses and peptones. Okay, so polypeptide and peptones, polypeptide disaccharides. So they are broken down into proteoses and peptones. First, protein is broken down into proteoses and peptones. So 47th, B is the answer. So 48th, proteins, so glycerol, fatty acids. So or is it polypeptide and amino acids? So what is it? 48th, or is it dipeptide and amino acids? So again, 48th, the answer is, so it is a conflicting answer. So they have given it as C, polypeptide amino acids. So then even here it should be the same. Proteins are uh, breaking into, finally breaking down into polypeptides and amino acids. So 47th is A, 48th is C. Lipids, they are going to be digested as what? So diglycerides, monoglycerides, dinucleotides, mononucleotides, dipeptides, peptides, fatty acids, and amino acids. So they are not glyceraldehydes, they have written it as, rather it should be monoglycerides. So lipids are finally digested into, there is a spelling mistake. A, it is not aldehyde glycerides, it should be. So 49th, A is the answer. So lipids are broken down into diglycerides and monoglycerides. It is not aldehyde, glyceride, RIDES. Maltose is broken down as glucose, fructose, glucose, galactose, okay, or is it glucose, sucrose, or glucose, glucose? So what is maltose broken down into? So the 50th, they are broken down into glucose and glucose. Which enzyme converts monoglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol? So converts monoglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol. Is it protease, sucrase, maltase, or lipase? So which enzyme converts? So 51st, the answer is the D. So lipase is going to do that conversion of it. Okay. Components which is responsible for stimulation of juice. Is it HCl, gastrin, enterogastrin, eripsin? So the 52nd, the answer is B, that is gastrin is responsible for stimulation of juice. What product can be obtained by eripsin? Is it glucose, amino acid, trypsin, or glycerol? So what product can be obtained by eripsin? So the 53rd, the answer is B, amino acid can be obtained from it. So I think with this, we'll wind up with 53 questions we have solved. So we'll wind up with this session. If you have any doubts or clarifications, do let me know. So there are nearly 148 questions. I've just given you 53 questions. Any doubts or clarification, dear students?